Ladies and gentlemen, one and all, humble members of the TSC family as well as newcomers, mele greetings and good day. My very name is TheShadowCookie, and I, great admirer of both horror and slow-paced journeys, proudly present to you the first episode of a nightmarish experience that I've been looking forward to ever since the end of 2012. Let's play Outlast. That is correct, Outlast, a psychological first-person horror video game developed and published by Red Barrel Studio. Having said that, without further ado, please allow me to enlighten the minds of everybody currently listening/watching by sharing some more or less important backstory. Nowadays, it can be so incredibly difficult to stumble upon a well-crafted AAA big-budget tale of horror, and why exactly? Long story short, because such terrifyingly evil adventures hardly exist anymore. Most publishers out there are by no means willing to take the risk, and instead prefer to turn somewhat decent franchises into silly action survival mayhem targeted specifically at mainstream audiences, filled to the brim with unnecessary features. For example, non-stop shooting, out-of-place co-op, redundant multiplayer, indestructible superhero-like protagonists, transparent writing, lots and lots of hand-holding, etc., etc., good god, etc. Many franchises I once loved a lot eventually became victims of this never-ending curse, and the pain still lingers deep within. So many good games all gone. It really is a shame. Those like me, however, who still crave good horror despite these abysmal tragedies, are thankfully not without hope. Exactly the opposite is the case. Over the course of the long years, countless of horror experiences in the form and shape of indie games as well as modifications for existing titles managed to successfully rise from the depths of human constructiveness, some of them short, some of them long, some of them bad, and some of them full of amazing quality. You could almost call it an infestation. Plenty of ridiculously famous individuals on the internet spend the majority of their daily time just showcasing new horror experiences alone. It is the watertight proof that audiences who desire 100% frightening games still exist nowadays. Getting back on track though, enough digressing for now. Thankfully, it happens to be a true fact that not every single AAA developer/publisher has forgotten how to craft beautiful horror experiences, those with emotional stories and haunting yet bewitching atmosphere. Otherwise, we wouldn't have games such as, for example, Amnesia: The Dark Descent, or its upcoming, perhaps already existing spiritual sequel, A Machine for Pigs. Yes indeed, sometimes when the stars align, magnificence is born as a result, and today's magnificent child happens to be Outlast, our main event. About 1 year ago, towards the end of 2012, as I already mentioned before, my eyes caught a short-lived glimpse of Outlast's sudden announcement trailer. Personally speaking, it didn't look like much to me at first. Came across as another try-hard, doomed-to-fail experiment. But then I started researching the subject matter, found out it was actually being developed by a bunch of, get this, video game industry professionals who had at one point decided to band together in order to create one of the most breathtakingly memorable horror experiences ever made in human history. I was, as you can imagine, pretty much sold at that point, and tried my very best to avoid the few gameplay videos as much as possible in order to guarantee a truly blind let's play. And now the time has finally arrived. Are you still with me, ladies and gentlemen, after this about 6-minute introduction? If yes, beautiful. You have proven to be patient individuals. Allow me to reward you. Prepare yourselves for a both long as well as dangerous journey into insanity. Outlast contains intense violence, gore, graphic sexual content, and strong language. Please enjoy. Oh, believe me, Red Barrel Studio, I am going to. You are Miles Upshur, an investigative reporter whose ambition is about to earn him an intimate tour of hell on Earth. Always willing to risk digging into the stories no other journalist would dare investigate, you will seek out the dark secret at the heart of Mount Massive Asylum. Stay alive as long as you can. Record everything. You are not a fighter to navigate the horrors of Mount Massive and expose the truth. Your only choices are to run, hide, or die. Please forgive me, but I shall decline the courteous third offer, or at the very least attempt to postpone the inevitable for as long as possible. It never works out anyway, dying, too many disadvantages. But enough talk. Let the journey begin.